All right, ma'am, just a couple of rules about your testimony. Make sure that you use that microphone. You can adjust it if you like, but please speak directly in it. When the lawyers ask questions of you, we need verbal or audible answers, so yes, no, or whatever you want to tell us. Nod of the head, shake of the head won't work. Court reporter can't record that. And then lastly, please wait until the lawyers finish their question before you respond. If you jump in to talk over top of them or at the same time, court reporter can't record that either. So please wait until they're done, okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Wilburn.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know Brandon Martin?
Yes.
How long have you known Brandon Martin?
Since I was about 5 or 6.
At kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten.
You and Brandon go to school together?
Yeah, we went to Foothill Elementary all the way through high school together.
You see him here today?
Yes, I do.
Where is he?
He has his head down. He's wearing a white shirt and a white mask.
Right behind me?
Yes, sir.
You and Brandon growing up were very close.
Yes.
At some point, did you and Brandon become boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes.
When was that?
6th grade.
So elementary school?
Yes.
I'll show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit A for identification. Recognize that picture?
Yes.
Who's in that photo?
That's Brandon and I in 6th grade.
It looks like you guys are holding some trophies.
Yes.
Looks like you have the larger trophy.
Yeah, we ran track and field at our elementary school, and once a year there was a big tournament with all of the schools in the district. And that year our school won the whole thing, but Brandon and I won the individual awards for best athletes.
And did you guys continue to be boyfriend and girlfriend after 6th grade?
Yeah, we were boyfriend and girlfriend on and off through high school, through senior year of high school.
So many, many years.
Yeah, lots and lots of years.
Can you describe for the jury what Brandon was like back then?
Yeah, he was always really shy, a more reserved personality, but super kind, giggly, fun. Everybody loved to be around him. He was really thoughtful, super genuine. He loved his friends, he loved his family, and he really liked me.
Does Brandon look, well, let me ask you, when's the last time you saw Brandon?
I saw Brandon in maybe like August of 2014.
And then before today, this is the first time you've seen him?
Since then, yeah.
Does he look different now than he did back when you knew him?
Yeah, he doesn't look like the same person.
In what way?
His body language, his eyes are different. It's just not there anymore.
Show you what's been marked as Exhibit B for identification. Recognize that picture?
Yeah.
Who's
Yes.
in that photo?
That's Brandon and I.
When was this picture taken?
That was at the start of our senior year of high school, so 2010.
You guys were still dating at that time?
Yeah, yes.
And he was still that same sweet, thoughtful person you described?
Yes.
Did Brandon write you cards sometimes?
Yes, he was good at, for birthdays and holidays, thoughtful gifts and always a card that came with it.
I'll show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit Y for identification. Recognize this card?
It's blurry.
Zoom in and out. Zoom in and out.
Zoom.
There you go.
There we go. Recognize that?
Yes.
What are we looking at?
This was a Valentine's Day card that he gave me probably during our junior year of high school before I left for a volleyball tournament.
This is something that you've kept all these years?
Yeah.
Why was it so important?
It was just really special. I mean, we had a really special relationship, but for someone to take the time to not only give me a card, especially in high school, but also write a sweet and thoughtful note, it's special to me, so I kept it.
Recognize Brandon's handwriting on there?
Yes.
Show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit ZZ. Is that another card that Brandon gave you?
Yes.
When did you get that card?
This was before my 17th birthday, and I remember because he bought me tickets to the Angels-Yankee game for my birthday, and that's when he gave me the tickets with this card.
You love Brandon?
Yes.
Said around your senior year, you kind of broke up and went your separate ways. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit CCC. Recognize that photo?
Yes, that was my 16th birthday. My parents surprised me with a car, and at my birthday party, all of our friends were there, and they gave me my car, and we took a picture after.
So Brandon's in the photo with you?
Yes.
Seems like you guys were always together.
Yeah, we were attached at the hip pretty much from elementary school through high school, along with the same set of friends.
I'll show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit W. You recognize that?
Yes.
That's a great picture.
Thank you.
Tell us what we're looking at.
That was before prom. He spent a lot of time at my house, so he came over to take pictures before prom, before we went with our group of friends.
Was that from senior year or junior year?
Junior year.
Fair to say that looking at that picture, that's the Brandon that you remember.
Yes.
Smiling, lots of life in his eyes.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. He had a great smile, but his eyes were just really always shined.
So you guys break up going into senior year, is that right?
Sometime during senior year of high school, but we were still friends. We were still close. We still hung out with the same people.
Was Brandon still the same thoughtful, loving boy that you knew growing up at that point?
Yes.
And at some point, did that change?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, he got drafted to play baseball, and I was going off to college, but we still kept in contact the summer leading up until we both left. And that was when things really started to change for me, or things I would notice would change in him. And so through that first year, which would have been my freshman year of college, his first year playing baseball, I just started to notice his behavior was different, his choices were different. He was very humble. He didn't like attention. He didn't like to be the center of things, and so things just slowly started to really change in his temperament, his personality, his choices he made. And then it was really probably closer to 2012 to 13 that I really started to become concerned.
Why were you concerned?
I mean, when you know somebody their whole life, you know them to their core, and I knew something was wrong. I knew mentally he was not the same person anymore. It was like a dark shadow was overtaking him, and I wanted to help him, and I couldn't help him.
Did you and Brandon continue to communicate back in 2012?
Yeah, we stayed in touch. We did not see each other, but we would text, talk on the phone, and catch up.
Did you start receiving some odd text messages or direct messages to you that caused you concern?
Yeah, he had been sending me a couple text messages that were very concerning because it was like in one moment he was like the normal, sweet, loving Brandon I grew up with, and then instantly it would be like I was speaking to a stranger. So I grew concerned. I talked to my friends about it, my family. We were all concerned, and then the concern just continued to grow until there was a couple more messages that I received.
Showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit C for identification. You recognize this?
Yes.
What is this?
This was a Facebook message that he sent me. I had run into him in 2014, the last time I saw him, and I was very, very concerned by that point, and I wanted to help. But he had blocked me on Facebook, so I was trying to add him on Facebook so I could try to get in contact with him.
And this was a response that you received?
Yeah, then he sent this to me, I think because I was trying to add him on Facebook.
Why did you keep this?
I was concerned. I just knew something was wrong. I was like, this isn't him. This isn't normal. This isn't alcohol or drug induced. This is somebody who has something going on. So I kept it because it really stood out to me.
You tell the jury what Brandon means to you.
I mean, he was the love of my life. You know, to me at such a young age, and to have the type of bond that we did was very abnormal, and we knew that, and we really appreciated that bond that we had, and we thought he would play baseball and I would go to college and all would be fine. I mean, I love him, I care about him, and I want what's the best for him.
How would it affect you if Brandon was given the death penalty?
If he was given the death penalty, I don't know what I would do. I mean, the amount of pain that I've felt the past 8 years, watching this slowly happen to him, knowing that he's really struggled internally, mentally, I don't know what I would do.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Beecham?
Thank you. You said for the past 8 years, Brandon has been slowly declining?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you haven't seen him in the last 5 years?
I have not.
You haven't talked to him in the last 5 years?
I haven't talked to him since 2014.
Okay, so 6 years ago.
Yes.
So how has he been declining in the last 6 years?
I suppose I was just giving a blanket year of from when I believed that the decline started.
All right. Emily, it sounds like from what I know about you in the reports, you were a really, really good girl growing up. Am I right?
Yes.
And what I mean by that is you're basically the poster child, if you will, for any parent, right? You never got in trouble.
I'm not perfect, but I did not typically get in trouble.
Right. But compared to other kids, you might as well be perfect, right?
That would be your opinion of perfect. I don't know.
All right. So growing up, you abided by your parents' wishes, right?
It wasn't just my parents' wishes. It was just who I was, I guess you could say.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So you followed directions from people that you should, right?
Okay.
I mean, is that true or?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You did well in school.
Yes.
Were you like among the top of your class?
Yes.
And then, of course, you went off to college. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you and Brandon, I don't know if dating's the right word, but your boyfriend, girlfriend, starting as early as grade school,
yes.
right? And so you were together a lot through grade school and junior high, right?
Yes.
And then even much of high school.
Yes.
But in high school, in senior year, things started to change.
Like our relationship changed?
Yes.
Yes, but I mean, we were just kids, so.
I'm not putting any judgment on anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but you would agree that at high school, your relationship changed with Brandon.
Yes.
He started hanging out with a different crowd than what you would hang out with.
No, we had the same friends,
Okay.
all from elementary school all through high school.
So his circle of friends did not change in high school?
Not in high school.
Okay. Were you interviewed regarding this case?
Yes.
Were you interviewed by a person, I believe it was Greg Fuller, investigator Greg Fuller?
I don't recall the name of the person.
Okay, but somebody from the district attorney's office, correct?
Yes.
Actually, two people, Greg Fuller and Andre Spencer?
Yes.
Okay. And that was on October 10th of last year,
yes.
Is that right? Okay. One moment. Okay, so did you tell Investigator Fuller that that towards the end of high school that Brandon was hanging out with people that you didn't really know or like or care to like hang out with and stuff?
Yes, but it would have been more first year of college, would have been the correct time frame.
Okay, but did you tell Investigator Fuller that was in high school?
Yes.
Okay. And did Brandon do marijuana in high school?
Yes.
Okay. Did you?
No.
Because that wasn't your scene, right?
I had no interest in doing it.
Right. I mean, because you were focused on doing well in school, right? Following the law, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay. And but Brandon was doing marijuana.
Yes, it was very normal at our high school.
I understand. Kids do marijuana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But that wasn't your scene.
No.
All right. You didn't approve of it.
No.
Well, let me ask in a way that makes sense on my part. Sorry. Is it correct that you did not approve of it?
I did not approve of it.
All right. And then college, you go off to college. Brandon goes off to play minor league, right?
Yes.
And that's when you guys are kind of on doing your own thing, right?
Yes.
And you drift apart.
Yes.
At some point, Brandon not only blocks you, but blocks all of your high school friends from social media. Is that right?
He had deleted most of his social media, but he still had Facebook. He was still friends on Facebook with some of my friends, and that's why I was trying to add him.
Okay. You said that in 2012, 2013, he was not the same, correct?
Correct.
All right. But you didn't see him much in 2012 or 2013?
No, I hadn't seen him a lot, but I had talked to him, and I had just heard a lot of things that were happening and going on that were concerning.
Right. And the text message that you received, you don't know where he was when he sent it, right?
The Facebook message?
I'm sorry, Facebook message.
No,
social media message.
I don't know.
Okay. So you don't know if he was drunk, right?
I don't.
You don't know if he had done any lines of cocaine during that time, right?
I don't.
You don't know if he was doing polysubstance intake, right? Meaning alcohol, cocaine, marijuana, and all the above, correct?
I don't know that.
Okay. All right, thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Welborn?
No questions.
The witness excused?
Yes.
You're excused. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the noon hour, so we'll go ahead and take our lunch recess at this time. Remind all of you not to discuss facts of this case amongst yourselves.